Welcome to the land of kingdoms collide. In this land, you will learn that spawning usually kills you, you have no control over how you swing your weapons, and there is actually no one here to play with. Well, for me anyway. This is Kingdoms Collide Source, a fantasy mod for the Source engine developed by Jackson3113. In Kingdoms Collide, you play as a knight from either the Red Kingdom, the Aelkai, or the Green Kingdom, the Kisarath, in an epic battle to defend your kingdom. As for classes, there technically is none, but to divide them up, there's the Archer, the Swordsman, and the Mage, but you can mix and match weapons. There are 3 different kinds of swords and bows, along with a few other weapons thrown in the mix, and a good bunch of spells to devastate your opponents with. This mod has several game modes as it is right now. With more on the way, currently it's Sport Survival, which pits human players against the Nide, which is initially AI controlled. If you or one of your teammates dies, they become one of the Nide, and the game continues until either everyone dies or your team wins. There is also sort of a King of the Hill game mode, which is pretty much the team version of Last Man Standing. Whichever team eliminates the other team first wins. The rounds are short and sweet, and it's simple to understand. There is also a Siege game mode, which is basically capture the point. There will be 5 points divided between the map, and the main objective is to capture them all to win. Some of the highlights of this game are in its visuals, audio, and the maps. Some of the graphics were great, but there was some overuse of the bloom effect, but a simple fix to that was to throw on a pair of sunglasses. I love the audio. The word that sums it up the best has to be epic. The music was very reminiscent of Lord of the Rings, and it really set the mood for a great fantasy battle. It would be really frickin' sweet if Gimli was one of the players. I mean, who doesn't want to kill someone with a dwarf? I know I would. The maps were very well done, and there was no two of the same. Along with that, they remade the famous Counter-Strike map, Dust, which was actually done very nicely. And that's about where the awesome ends. Sadly, this mod has no techno or ninjas. I found a few missing textures on some of the maps, which honestly isn't that big of a deal, but it makes the mod feel unfinished. The maps are almost too big. Sometimes I waited to spawn for 10 seconds, and walked for another 20 to the fight, and then fought for 3, and then died just to do it over again. I found the controls somewhere between confusing and cool. It felt like your slashes depended on your mouse movements along with the character movements, but at the same time, they were just random swings. You might as well just be swinging a rubber chicken at them. There's also supposed to be a blocking feature, which is confusing as well as difficult to use. I ended up just spamming keys to make it work. My final gripe was the servers. There was actually only 2 of them running during the recording for this review, and there was no one on them. One thing that would have made this mod better would have been AI. I mean, I don't know how many times I'd log in to Kingdoms Collide to see no one on the servers at all. Other than the day it was released, this mod has been empty. Overall, this mod is pretty cool. With epic visuals, maps, and audio, it sets the stage for some huge battles. But the lack of players and the feeling of how unfinished the mod is make a lot of the players shy away from playing it. This is So Rockstar from ModWatch Online. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and download the mod to try it for yourself. Rock on.
Take back our kingdom!